This conference will now be recorded.
Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you now.
Yeah, it's yet not started, no?
No.
Hi everyone, and sorry my system went started, so I just out from the session. But yeah, everything is okay now. Let's start the session, and so just wait for a moment. Let me share my screen. Is it visible to you all?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So before discussing this
Yes.
Excel, let me again remind you, we are into the data analytics, and we are here to see about the data analysis and the data analytics. And the thing is that we will be using this concept to apply this concept into our business problem. And always keep into your mind, whenever we learn this technique, the job is to apply this technique in such a way that it will somewhere raise our business and it will somewhere raise our profit. Okay, so whenever we'll be seeing any concept, and not here only, whenever we'll be working on any analytical phase, whenever we'll be working on any data analysis concept, then somewhere we'll be trying to relate those concepts with the problem that actually we face into our business, or how can we apply this concept into our domain. Because might be most of you are the professional ones, so you will be working on any company or any sector where you have certain your own problem statement. So whenever you'll be learning any concept, then just try to relate those concepts, that how they can be applied into your business problem. And if you have any uh, you know input related to that, or if you have any question related to that, you can discuss. See, one thing will be happening, either I'll answer it, or another I'll learn from it. And in both the cases, I have win-win situation, and that is why I always promote my participant to come up with their own problem also, so that we could discuss them and we could find a way how to solve it. Okay, and continuing to this, first of all, the first module that we'll be discussing here, that is your Microsoft Excel. Although whenever you have limited data set, or whenever you have limited data, at that time your Excel also works very well. Means whatever the analytical tools is given in the Microsoft Excel, that really works very well. But if you have massive data, if you have large data set, then somewhere you need to improve this spreadsheet, and which is merely very difficult. And that's why what we do, we use certain another technique through which we can analyze our data, and might be through Tableau or Power BI to visualize them, or might be through any programming languages where we can analyze them by importing this data. So first of all, we'll be seeing how can we do analysis on the Microsoft Excel, and then after we will start with the Python programming. First of all, we'll have some hands-on on the Python programming, and then after we will go to the data analytical concept. And the beauty of this course is that you will have your Excel within this. See, I'm not talking about the other module of the your full stack courses. I'm talking just about that what I'll be teaching to you. In that, you will be learning what is Excel, and then after you will be learning Python as well as R also. So learning two programming languages for one problem is really a very good. And what it has been experienced that whenever you have to do statistical analysis, your R even works better than Python. But the fact is that Python has become a very huge ocean, which is having solution for each problem, which is having library for every kind of problem. So that's why people usually depend upon Python and they don't move to the R, because R has certain limitation that it don't work well in case of natural language processing, and even there is no very efficient library related to the deep learning concepts. So this is why people don't try to, play between two programming languages. But yes, might be that the problem that you are facing with, or the problem that on which you are working, that will be related to only the simple Excel problem or the machine learning problem, and at that time your R will work even better than your Python. So that is why this curriculum has been designed in such a way that you'll be exploring Python as well as R. So let's come to the topic, that is today we will be seeing about the Excel and what are the different formattings we have, and what are the different shortcuts can we use for performing or doing analysis on the Microsoft Excel. The fact is that, so this is the agenda that we are going to cover here. The fact is that, either you go for the financial modeling or visualizing through a graph or chart or doing analysis. Basically, Excel is the spreadsheet, and we also know that it's a Microsoft Excel, so developed by the Microsoft. The purpose is that we can entry data, and once the data is entered, we can use it for analysis. And the job of the analysis is that, see, you have your data. After seeing the data, you'll be doing some analysis, and the outcome of this analysis should be somewhere solution to your business problem, or the result of this, the outcome of this analysis should be somewhere achieving or attaining your business objective. Now, why we use Excel? So obviously, the first thing is that I am pretty sure that there is no any organization which does not uses this facility, which does not uses the Microsoft Excel. Means even a single organization is not there which is not using this facility. So it's a very common, and it's a very most used spreadsheet. Second thing is that why we always prefer any technology. If we face any problem, if we face any issues, then there should be a certain forum where I can ask, where I can clear the problem, that why it has occurred. So the community or the forum that it has been created in the case of Excel, it is a very broad community. So even if you get any problem, then you can just put this problem into the forum and you can get the solution. Although this is the Office 365, it's basically we use whenever we have the Outlook. Now let's see this Excel sheet. So whenever you'll be opening this Excel, then you'll be seeing this kind of a sheet. Okay, and here
Sir, can you please make it a full screen if possible?
sorry,
Can you please make it full screen?
actually your voice is not audible.
I was just asking you if you can make it a full screen. I mean,
Well,
Yeah, I
is
think
it
that is the full screen.
okay?
Let me check. Although this is the full screen.
Okay. Yeah. So might be the
Now
font
is it
size is a
okay?
little. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So here, if you see, when it comes to the Excel, then basically it is comprises of two pieces, the ribbon and sheet. Okay, let me. So this portion that you are seeing, this portion that is the which is having cell, it is called as sheet, and this pink highlighted area is called as ribbon. Okay, and when it comes to the ribbon, so basically this ribbon provides you certain shortcuts to Excel commands. And you know that what is the command? It is an action which allows you to make something happen, be it opening a file or be saving a file, opening any particular tool, selecting a color bar. Each and everything comes under the ribbon. And in this ribbon, we have app launcher, we have certain tabs, and we have the groups. So when it comes to this app launcher, you will find out 9 dots. And this is somewhere called as navigation bar also. And basically this allows you to access the different parts of this suite. And not only this, it can be used for switching between the different applications. When it comes to these buttons that you see, okay, let me, yeah, these buttons that you see here, these buttons are actually called as tabs. And this tab that is called as, it is actually a menu where certain subdivisions are there, and these subdivisions are sorted into groups. And so this is sorted into a group, and the job of this tab is to allow you to quickly navigate between the option of the menus. You just click on the tabs and you get the option, and basically it displays the different groups of the functionality. Now I have used several times this group word. So what is this group? It's basically a set of related commands which you have to use. And you know, even these groups are somewhere separated by the thin vertical line. Let me show you in Excel. Yeah. So even if you see that they are separated through a thin vertical line, can you see this thin vertical line? 1, 2, 3. So basically they are the groups which are into the tab. This is the tab that you are seeing. So when you will be navigating through, you'll be getting several options, and they are the group. Although might be that you have ever noticed or might not noticed, but yeah, these groups are somewhere separated through a vertical line. Okay, so this particular portion, in that portion, is called as the tab where these are the groups which are separated through a thin vertical line that you might not have noticed. And when I talk about here, so these are what? These are the commands. These are the commands, and basically the job of this command is to do certain actions as the name suggests. So basically these are the certain components that comes into the Excel sheet. So first I have discussed about the ribbon. Now the second is your sheet. Yeah. So this is your sheet that I'm talking about, and you can see that it comprises of the rows and columns. Yeah, this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, these are the rows, and A B C D are the columns. And if you remember in your childhood days, so this reflects the same pattern that we have had in the math exercise books, where the rectangle boxes formed by the pattern are called as cells. So each rectangular block is called as cells, and this is used to type the values of your data. Yeah. For example, here we have typed the hello world. I know that you people know it very well, but whenever a movie starts, first of all, we should have the casting. Same way, whenever we discuss the Excel sheet, we should always start with the introductory part, and that's why we are into this basic nominal things. Now, when it comes to the Excel sheet, we have another option that this is the Excel sheet, but the fact is that we can create multiple sheet. We can create the multiple sheet, or I can say that the multiple pages in this Excel. And when you create the multiple sheets in your Excel, then your Excel sheet becomes your Excel workbook, because you know that a book is what? It's a collection of pages. So basically you start with the with one sheet by default, this one, and you can have many sheets in this workbook. Second thing is that you can either add or remove the sheet from your workbook, and you can rename also it. For example, let's renaming it as Emerging India. Yeah, so it has been renamed. Or you can remove this also. So yes, we have deleted this. So the fact is that, like a book which has not been binded, you can add pages to it or remove pages from that. Same way, in this workbook, you can add some sheets and you can remove some sheet. Okay, so this is the summary of the introductory part. So we have the ribbon, which is used to navigate the cells or the options, and the sheet is having the different multiple sheets, as well as it's a collection of the cells which are into the row and columns. Now let's talk about the Excel syntax. See, this is our Excel sheet. When we say the Excel syntax, then it's basically we are going to use any formula in your Excel sheet. And whenever you have to set any formula, you first you have to select the cell, and there you just have to put the equal sign. This equal sign which is typed in this cell, it is always used to follow your calculation. So whenever you have to create any formula, you just select a cell, put the equal sign, and then set the formula. For example, I just want to get the sum of sum of 1 and 1. And when you write this formula, then press enter. You will be getting the 2. So this is the one that is we actually used to work. Now, when another sheet will be taking reference of it. Okay. So for example, say that this is the sheet 1. Okay. Let me click here equal, and then I'm just going to this sheet 3 and I'm clicking on this, putting enter. Can you see that it has come to our sheet 1 also? And here if you look at, then it is somewhere giving the reference of A5, and A5 from where? From sheet 3. So in this way, one thing is that you can take reference also by getting the sheet as well as the cell from where the reference has been taken. In this case, the reference was been taken from the sheet 3 A5 cell. Okay, now let's do one thing. Suppose we are telling something here. Or yeah, let's put it here, and here I'll put 39 and 35. Yeah. Okay, so we have just put it this value. Now suppose you want to you know, we have this C column, and the job of this the C column means the C column will be used to get the result from the subtraction of A minus B. Okay, means we'll be subtracting 309 we'll be subtracting 39 from this 309, as well as we'll be subtracting this 35 from this 320, and the result should be in the column C. So one option is that you just go and subtract each row individually. Another is just put a syntax over here, just formalize this operations. And how you will do that? Just go on this C where you want to keep the result, put equal, and then select the A cell. So this one, and then minus, you just select the B cell and press enter. You can see that the first row is the in this way, basically your you just get the value. So even you see that I'm just putting here 420, and here I'm writing the 40. You're automatically getting the value. So basically, once you've set the formula and then you enter the data, it will automatically be calculated. Okay, and not only subtraction. See, Suresh, what I'm trying to say here. See, you have this A and B, and what you wanted to do, you just wanted to have the subtraction between the A minus B, or you wanted to subtract this B from A, and that is why you have one option that you just do subtraction for each row individually, or the second option is that you just put a formula, and this formula will be applying for the entire A and B column. So how can we do that? Just put equal sign, and after that select the A cell minus B, and then hit enter. So you know that whenever 39 will be subtracted from 309, you will be getting 270. Now you just have to drag this cell. Yeah. So you are getting the subtraction result. Now even you don't have the data for the rest of the row, and still if you drag this column C, you'll be seeing 0. And whenever you'll be entering data here, you will get the result automatically. For example, we have 350, and then we have this 50. You know, you're automatically getting the result. And this is just because of the formula that you have applied to this cell. So this is not mere a table where you can enter your data. Even you can do certain analysis, certain calculations on the basis of the formula that you have set. Okay, any question? All right. So in this way, we can apply any formula. Now we are just coming to the Excel fill. So when it comes to this Excel fill, then as you can see that it can be used for copying, it can be used for the sequences, dates, or putting any functions. And it is basically to fill ranges with the values. Why you want to do that? So that you will not have to do this manually for each individual cells. Okay, let me show you. So how to fill this Excel sheet? You just have to first select a cell. Let me delete all this. You just have to select a cell, and then suppose you are selected this cell, and then you are just dragging down. So here you can see that you have selected the first cell, and then after, or I can say that you just go here, and here you are just having this dragging option, and this dragging option is basically the filling option. Okay, so you can see that in the right corner, this is the filling option, which is somewhere the icon for the small square. You just select this and just drag. Suppose that I have cover the 10 cell. So you can see that these 10 cells are somewhere selected. So selecting this option, it is actually a filling option, and through this filling option, as I am saying, that you can do copying. So let's say that I'm just typing here 1. Now what I want to do here, that I just want to copy this 1 into up to this row 10. So what I'll do, I'll just select this cell, go to the filling option, which is actually the dragger, dragging up to 10. So you can see that it has copied this value. And how was it possible? It was just due to this filling option. Okay. Now, so this was the copying. Now, next is we were talking about the sequences. So this filling can also be created for created sequences. And what is the sequence? First of all, let us see. The sequence is actually, it is an order or the pattern that you can use for the filling function. This sequence might be a date, might be a numbers, anything it could be. So for example, say that we are starting from this 1 and we want to fill this. Now one option is even copying the cell is also filling a cell, where you are filling the cell by your same values. So here again you will be seeing the same values, but the fact is that here you are saying that you have just entered 1 and you are just copied this value up to this cell. In this column B, the same thing has been done, but the definition has been changed. And the definition is that you are just putting a value into cell and then you are forming a sequence of it. Okay, now second thing is that even you want to get the sequence in into some order. Here you can see that it's a sequence but only with the same value. Now if you want to get sequence of any order, then what you can do, you just type one single value and then after that you just put another value, say 2. Then you just select all these 2 cells and drag up to 10. So you will be getting the sequence of the order or sequence in the order. And through this, what you have done, you have counted from 1 to 10. All right. Now, this is the continuous order. This is the continuous order. Might be that you require some interval. For example, say that I have written here 2 and I have written here 4. So you just want to get the number at the interval of 2. So how you will get that? You just again select this and drag down through filling option. So you can see that you are getting the values with the certain interval. With a certain interval, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So here you can see that the interval in each cell is of 2. Now, this kind of sequences that I have shown to you, it is for the numbers. Not only this, you can use it for the dates also. For example, say that today is the date of this one. Now, you just want the sequence of it. So what you do, just select it and drag down. So it is copying. Yeah, it is copying. Now, suppose that here you just written this, and then after you're writing 13.06.2022, select all these two dates. Oh. It is copying the
Excuse
schema.
me, sir. Rashmita this side. Sir, please, can you please once again just show for the date? Like there was some network issues on my part. I was not able to see them.
Please, actually, just wait for a moment. Yeah, now tell.
I so like you were just showing the column for the date. There was some network issue on my part. I was not able to see it. So could you just please rewind 2 minutes before?
Yeah, no
Could
issue.
you just please repeat it?
Basically, what I wanted to show you that the way actually you are using the number, same way you can use it for the date also. Yeah, and
Okay, sir.
how you will be using it. So say that you are just writing here. Suppose you are writing here, say this one. Okay, and then after you are just dragging down it up to 10. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
so you can see here that it has changed its year. All right,
All right.
so
Yeah.
means somewhere you can use same thing onto the date also as you have used in the number. And same way, not only this, you can combine the words and letter also. How? For example,
Sir,
say,
I have a question, sir. Sir,
yeah,
suppose that if I have to drag prime numbers, the numbers which can only be divided by
okay, give
themselves,
me 1 minute.
right?
Let me connect my speaker because I don't know why this voice is not coming
Sure,
well.
sure,
Give me
sure.
1 minute only.
Yes.
Please tell me.
Sir, actually, I just wanted to ask that if I have to do the prime numbers, and there are actually two questions. One is for prime numbers, and the other is for like what you have told the date. So in the date thing, only the year is getting changed. Suppose that I have to change the date day wise, like 29 July to and 30th July and 31st July.
Okay, means you want the date format, isn't?
Yes, date format.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Like the one
got it,
mentioned
got it,
date,
got it.
suppose like we have got consecutive years, but what about
And
like the consecutive dates?
it isn't. Let me check.
Am I audible to you?
Yeah, yeah. Now you're audible to me.
Okay. So, like as Faisal was saying, like it was like
I
we.
got your point.
How
You just
about the
want
consecutive dates?
Yeah. If I write here, say, let's see, just copying up. I'll have to check. Yeah, I'll just try this also.
Sorry.
Although this is giving you, okay, 29. Yeah, can you see it? Thanks, Yash.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, that wasn't working with the dot, but it is working with the slash or hyphen. Yeah, and even one more thing, can you see that you had started with the 29.7, but once the month is over, it has automatically get converted into 8. Can you see here? Okay.
Can you show it once more, please? Please, very sorry, sir. There was some disturbance in connection. Sorry.
Okay. Basically, what I wanted to tell everyone that the way you were treating with the number, you are treating with the number, same way you can work with the date also. So, for example, you want to copy this. So just type in the dot and just copy this. Okay. Although second thing is that if you want the running date, so just use the slash. Actually, I have been habituated of writing dot as a separator. And then when you drag it down, can you see it has just changed the value date wise, and it has given the order of the dates. And once the month has been changed, it has automatically been incremented the value of the month. All right.
Yes, sir. Clear. Thank you.
Now, suppose you want to combine your words and or the letters. Say in the first cell you have the say hello 1, and in the second cell say you have hello 2. Now again you just select this and drag up to any row. So can you see here? So basically this result is actually it counts from your first cell to this 10, but only the number has been changed. Only the number has been changed, and the fact is that it recognizes the pattern of the numbers and continued it for us. So the words and number, it can be combined as long as you it is uses the recognizable pattern for the numbers. So whenever you will be having the words and number, it will change the sequence on the basis of the number. So hello 1 and hello 2 you had given, but the remaining 8 cell were just got the increased value of the numbers which were combined with the hello. Is it clear? So basically you have two options. One option is that you just drag and drop if you want to move any cell, or you just copy and paste. So let's see. I think I have deleted now. Okay, no issue. So basically, for example, say we have 330 and here it is 25. Equals to and say we have 420 and here we have 29, we have 440, we have 25. Okay, now even just forget it. So say we have this 314 say, and the value here it is 34. Now basically what we are trying to do, we will be just moving our cell either by dragging and dropping or by copying and paste. So first of all, let's mark this area. Yeah, we have marked it. Now if you want to move it to the cell D, so how can you do that? You have marked this, just select just mark this cell and then just drag it. Actually, I'm not using my mouse. Can you see? So what you have to do, you just mark them and then just go to the border of it. Here, use your left cursor and drag it to the place where you want to shift. So you can just move it. And here what I have done, I have just drag and drop. First, I selected the reason that I have to shift. Please mute yourself. Rasmita, please mute yourself. Yeah. Okay. So in this way, you can just drag your values. Now, suppose that you just give any, name to this. For example, here, say this is the name of the person AA, BB, CC, and DD, and say that the field was health, and say it was anything, blood pressure. Although this, it should be more values, but yeah. So this is the health and this is the blood pressure. Now what you can do, you just select them and use the cut or paste option or the copy and paste option as you do actually in your system. So just you have to select all these values whichever you want to move by either copying or cutting the cell. Although moving means you just shift them, so that means cut will work here. Just do right click and you will be seeing the option cut. So you just click on it and select where you want to paste. For example, here I want to paste it. So yes, it has been moved. So moving means whatever the value you have, you just want to shift here and there. And this you can do either by dragging and dropping, or you just cut the region and paste somewhere else, or you just copy the region and paste somewhere else. It's up to you in what manner you want to do it. Okay, if you want to delete it, then just select it and then press your delete button. It will get deleted. And when you press the delete button, actually your values get deleted, your cell does not get deleted. Okay. So we have covered this move. Now this is your add cells. Okay. So when we talk about the add cells, so add cells means either you want to add a column or you want to add a row. So suppose my bad issue. Yeah. Okay. So suppose this is the cell, and what I want to do, I just want to create a new column, which is and to be more specific, I want to create a new column B. Okay, so what I'll do here, I'll just select this B column and then do right click. Do right click, and here we have the option of insert. Yeah, so can you see this? The earlier or the past B column is being shifted to the right, and a new column has been inserted into the table. So this column has been inserted, and you can write anything. Say I'm writing here trainer, and then you can pass out some value here. For example, Upend, Abhishek, Arinav, or say Suyash. Yeah. So in this way, actually, you have just added a column to the table. Same way, you can just add your row also. And suppose I want to add a new row 4. I'll just select this 4, do right click, click on insert. Yeah, I got the row, and here I'll just put EE. Let me copy all this value. Yeah. So in this way, you just have created or inserted a row into, or a new row into the table. Any questions so far? So why do this? Why do we do this? Basically, you know, sometimes we create the table, we enter the data, and we see that, oh, we forgot to add this data into the table, and it should be at the 3rd position or the 4th position. So at that time, you just have to insert this. You will just insert the row or the column in your table. So you have added the row, added the column. Now, if you have to delete any cell, then as I've told you, Suppose that here the data is written. Now you want to delete it. So how you will delete that? First of all, select the cell that you want to delete. So I've just selected this cell and then press the delete button. It will delete the value from the cell. Now, next option is okay, and next option is if you want to do it, whatever the operation you just performed right now, you just make unchanged. You don't want to change it, so just put your Control Z, or you have the, when you do right click, you have the option of undo. Okay, so through Control Z you can do. Next is Excel formula. Yeah. Yes. So you know what is this formula? Actually, we just want to perform any mathematical calculation, and that's why we are using this formula. And as I have told you earlier, whenever you want to perform formula, first of all, where you want to get the result after applying formula, select that cell. For example, in this cell, I want to get result after applying formula, put equal sign. And then after, you can apply any operation like plus, minus, multiplication, or division, whatever you want, you can do that. For example, I've selected this, and then I'm just putting division, and then selecting this 25, putting here. Can you see? And then after, yeah. So it is giving me the values after doing mathematical operations. Any question? Okay. Rishikesh. So suppose that you have you want to apply addition to multiple cells, means you want to add C plus D plus E. So how you will do that? Again, you put equal sign, then select all the cells. Suppose you want to add, then put addition sign, then select another cell, another put addition sign, and then go to here, press enter. You will be getting the addition of these three cells. So this is possible between the multiple cell, but depending upon the operation, whether the operation support bivariate or the operation support multivariate, depending upon that. For example, your division always support, the division always support on the bivariate phenomena. So you just have to look after it, that which kind of operation you are going to do and which kind of operation it this supports. So once it is done, then after we have this formula we have got. Okay, now relative or the absolute references. So when I talk about the references, so what are these references? They're actually used in formula to do calculation. And even what I have done, it was the example of reference. So how do we do that? Just for the calculation, first of all, we use fill function, and this will be used to continue the formula. So you can see that we have calculated here C plus D plus E, and then we were just use this filling function and then drag down till 6. So what happened? This formula was applied to the remaining rows also. Yeah. Now if I talk about the references, so we have two kind of references. One is relative, another is absolute. The example that you have seen here, it is the relative references, where the references is changing either by row wise or the column wise. But if you want to make it absolute means, for example, you know, here you just added 330 plus 25 plus 13.2. But for example, what you want to do, say the name of another column is accuracy, for example. Okay, now what you want, that you want to add health plus blood pressure plus accuracy, but in all the calculation the accuracy will always be 13.2, means 330 plus 25 plus 13.2, 420 plus 29 plus 13.2, 420 plus 29 plus 13.2, 440 plus 25 plus 13.2, means this health and blood pressure, they might vary, but the accuracy value will be same for all this health and blood pressure. So what you can do then, you will just use the dollar sign. Dollar, when you will be using dollar means absolute. This value is not going to be changed. Yeah. Means whenever you will be adding, say, let's see, plus, and here I am writing dollar, and then I'm giving the cell. Okay, might be that in addition it is not working. So for example, oh, okay. It is not selecting. Okay, we'll see why. So basically, whenever you want to make it dollar, then you can use this dollar sign just to do the absolute value. For example, in any cases, it will be the third cell will remain same. But why it is not working, to check.
I think you have to select the cell and then you need to put that dollar sign.
Yeah, I'm just trying it because so for example, equal, and then this one, let me check, plus this one, plus say, I'm using here and say,
Right.
even that, yeah, that also will work. Or yeah, so you can see that wherever you have applied the formula, you are applying the same reference E2, and even you can pass this dollar here, or you can pass this dollar in the beginning also. This is up to you. Yeah. So in this way, you actually use the absolute reference in the table. Okay. So what is the reference? The reference means you are not uh, typing the value here. You are getting the value from somewhere else by giving the address of it. Okay. For example, this 330 is the value that you are getting at the address of C2. So you are just putting the reference here C2 to get the value. Okay. After addressing, yeah, what is the importance of the parenthesis? So this parenthesis basically is used to change the order of an operation. For example, here you see 10 plus 5 into 2, and what you want to do that 15 into 2 should be there. 15 into 2 should be there. But when you'll be applying this formula, then as per the BODMAS rule, it will multiply first this 5 into 2, and then it will add to the 10. But what you want, you just want to multiply 2 with the 15. So what you will do, you will just put a parenthesis for this 10 plus 5, and then it will be multiplied by 2. So what will happen here? Now the order of the execution has been changed, and then here, first of all, the operation 10 plus 5 will be performed, and then it will be multiplied to the 2. Again, it is working as per the BODMAS rule. So after that, we have the functions. Yeah. So guys, what we will do, we'll just take a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and cover the remaining part. All right.
Yeah, sure.
All right, everyone. So let's start the session again. Now, the most important part in the Excel is functions. Yeah. So the function is basically, we have some predefined formula. We have some pre-made formula that you just have to reuse it as per your need. You just have to use it, and guys, hold on for 1 minute. Suppose I want to add all the values of the health. So the question arises, how can I do that? First of all, and the second thing, I want this some value here in this cell. So what I'll do, I'll just select this cell, put the equal mark, and I have the sum function for the add. So yeah, I'll just select this sum, and then I'll have to specify from which place up to which you want to add. So let's say that I just want to get it from here, colon, till here, and then close your parenthesis. You can get the sum of it. And when you will apply, when you will drag this to another row, so this reference will be taken and it will be giving you the sum of other columns also. Yeah. So we have lot of function that actually we try to use. Might be you want to perform any numerical calculation. So if you talk about the operation, so the operation might be the numerical one, or the operation might be logical one. Yeah. So for applying the numerical function, you will have the sum, average, or say we have count. We will have sum if we have count if, like that. Multiple other function could also be there, but mainly I was talking about for example. And then if I talk about the logical, so for logical we have this and, or you know, might be we will have if, or we will have if s. You know, for the numerical one we can have the mean value, we have the median value, or we can find out the mode also. For the boolean we can find out or. Okay, if you are talking about the mean, median, mode, we can find out the standard deviation also. Yeah, so what I want to say that depending upon the calculation, or as per the calculation, you have already certain predefined function that you have to call them, that you have to use them, and you will start to doing calculation. For example, let's see, we have seen the example as a sum. Now say you want to find out the mean of the values. You want to find out the mean of the values. So again, what you will do, you will just press equal, then write the name of the function. So yeah, you don't have the mean, and mean is what? It's an average. So just write here average, and after that select the first cell, then select the last cell, and now you have selected the range. Yeah, so this is the mean value of your distribution. Now if you want to calculate the median of it, so what is the median? Median is used to get the middle value of the data. So I'll just write here the median. In the median, again, I'll just put the equal mark, write the median. So yeah, there's a function, then select the initial and the last value separated by colon, and hit enter. You can see that the middle value of this distribution is 420. Okay, suppose that you want to count how many numbers we have total, how many total entries we have. So means you want to count. You want to count. So again, what you will do, you will just press equal sign, then write count, and then select first and the last value in the range, then hit enter. You can see that total how many values we have? Total 5 values we have. If you want to check which one is the minimum and which one is the maximum value here, just again press equal, then select mean, then select the first value and the last value, press enter. Yeah, so the minimum value that we have here, it's a 314, and same if you want to get the maximum value, so you just again press equal mark, then max, after that first value colon, last value. Yes, so in this way you just applied some predefined function to get the value. And even you know what is the mode? Mode is somewhere, say I'm just copying this value, the mode actually gives you the value which has mostly occurred. So if I want to get the mode value, then I'll just again press equal mark, then select the first value. Oh, sorry, mode means function. So this is the mode, and then select the first value colon, second the last value, press enter. So you can see that here the mode is 420 because in the total out of the 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times 420 has occurred, and none of the number has occurred for this much of time, and that is why the mode for this distribution will be 420. Okay, everyone. Even not only this, suppose you want to put certain condition. Condition like that, you want to sum first three values and then this remain means you don't want to sum 440 in this distribution. Okay, means you want to do addition. That is correct. You want to do addition, but having some filter. What kind of filter? That you want to add first three values and last three values. That's it. So whenever you have to perform any operation, any calculation with the predefined function, but you put certain clause over there. So whenever you put certain clause over there, if will come automatically. So here, for example, you have some if. So in this case of sum if, what you will do, you will just write here sum. You can see that another sum if is coming. Okay. Then as I have told you, you will just select first three values. Then you want to get last three values. So put here semicolon and then yeah, although it is not giving the, might be just because of the version change. Sometime, you know, function gets changes. Okay. Sum if let me check another thing. I just want to let's see why it is not working. Okay, what it is saying, it wants range. Range say that I'm giving from a, yeah, colon, say here. Then it wants criteria. So the criteria that I want to give here. Suppose I want to get the value for the Upendra. So say it's a H2. Or let me do one thing. Give here okay, no issue. Same, just giving here I3. Yeah, then colon. I want to give the sum range. So the sum range I want to give here. Okay, if I have given this range, so it will be from B2, then will be B6. I3 I have given, and the sum that I want to do, it is this one. So it will be this one, C2 colon C6. Let's see now. B2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no issue. But yes, in this way you can put some criteria. I'll have to check why this is not working. Might be just because of the version change. So whenever you want some filter into your condition, you can do that. So then I'll see why it is not working, and will tell you in the next week. Because if it is not working, then it has to work. Okay, not only this. So some if not working, I'll just see it. We have the standard deviation. So if you want to get the standard deviation, then when you talk about the statistical analysis, then we have two things. One is called as population and another is called as sample. We have the population and sample. Can anyone tell me what is the population and what is the sample?
Population is something when we take the entire data, and sample is something when we take a certain set of data from that wide range of data, the population.
Yeah. For example,
like if I consider the sheet itself, if I take the
that is
entire
X.
column from A to H, that's the population.
Yeah.
And if I take only H column, that is the sample.
Yeah, or for example, say that this sheet you just consider as a population and you are just selecting some of the rows from there, that will also be a sample. Or if you select any particular column, that is also the sample. So yes, by putting numerical I can do. I just wanted to select to cell and that wasn't working. Yeah. So even so here, for example, this is the population H and we want to get the standard deviation of it. So how you can do that? First of all, you will have to specify, do you want to do standard deviation for the population, or do you want to do standard deviation for the sample? Okay, suppose that I want to get the standard deviation for the population. So again, what you have to do, you just select the cell I have selected here, and here I'm just writing standard deviation. Put here equal sign. You have this standard deviation dot population. Okay, so let me first find out the standard deviation. Then select the range. So I just want to get from here till here. So yes, we have the standard deviation for this data as 50.5154. Okay, so these are certain, formula that we can use it for applying some analytical terms, or if you want to do some statistical analysis, then that can also be done using the function. And what I'll suggest you can try with the multiple function or the different flavor of the function, just to see how can you use them into your Excel sheet. Okay, after that, when we have used this function, so here, yes, we have certain example of the function, and then we'll be coming to the Excel formatting. Yeah, what is the formatting? So the formatting means you are somewhere try to represent your data in better look, and you want to change the look and feel of your data, or in other words, I can say that you want to represent your data in more presentable manner. Means you will be showing your data into some lucrative way, and your presentation should be looking appealing, and just for that you just do formatting. So why do we do this formatting? Making it easier to read and understand, making it more delicate. And how can we do that? We can add certain colors, we can use some specific fonts, we can add border to your data, you can format your numbers, you can use certain grids. So in this way, actually, you do formatting. Now let's come to your Excel sheet. So as you know that one option we have, if you want to format your data, then the one option is you can use certain formatting tools from your ribbon. Can you see? This is the ribbon from where you can get the certain formatting. So first of all, in the format, we have the painter. Can you see this one? This format painter, I can say that this is the command that basically lets you to copy the format of any other cell. Okay, say that here you just have written by the Arial black, say this is the format of this cell, and you have written here say 12. But what you want that it should be coming in the same way in terms of the font and size in which the C3 has been written. That's how you will do that. Just select the C3, click on this format painter, and do here Can you see? It has been changed or transformed in the same way you have written your C3. So the format painter, the job of this format painter is to copy the format of any other cell and apply to this apply this format to any specified or any other cell. Yeah, and why it is important? Because it's a time saver. Otherwise, what you will do, you will have to just check what kind of formatting this particular cell has used. You have to apply all the formatting. Otherwise, just select this cell, go to the format painter, click on the cell where you want to apply this. That's it. Okay. Now, suppose the cell color of this A2 is A. And what you want that in the J4 and 5, you should have red color in background. So just copy from here. And paste here. Now, if you will just drag down, can you see? It will be giving you the same color. But this is the color of cell. So even you can copy the color of a cell also. And this can be copied to the multiple cell. And if you want to copy the font characteristic, so yes, we have this format painter. Just select the cell and click on the format painter and then apply to the cell where you want to copy this font family. And even you can apply the colors also. So for the color, you have the color palette. So you can see that these are the theme colors, or you have the standard colors. So whichever you want to apply, you just select the cell, go to the theme or the standard color, and this will be applied to your font. So yes, if you want to get it into the background, then just go to the background color, select any theme or the standard colors, say that I'm using this. So yes, it has been applied to the background. Now, if you go to here, you can see more colors. Yeah, and this more color is actually it is used for your custom colors, and this is actually called as the hexagon or hexadecimal colors. Yeah, hexadecimal color is used for using our own custom colors. So just go to the custom color, and here you will have to specify the value for the red, green, and blue, and you know that the value lies between 0 to 255. So let's see what kind of it is having. Yeah, so say that or say I've given here 52 or 50, 50 and 50. So it has been, it becomes gray. No, say 150 and 150, and gray will be 250. So yes. So in this way, can you see, you get purple or the violet color. So either you can use the standard or the theme colors, or you can use your own custom colors by specifying the certain value of your RGB, red, green and blue. And you know that these RGB are basically the base color, and the several color that you see in the market or the world, that are the different value combination of this RGB. Now suppose you want to format the font. So we have seen here. Now even in the formatting, say here you see you want to make it bold. So yes, you can click on the bold. If you want to make it italic, yes, we have the option for italic. So you can change the font characteristic. Also, you can underline it. So you have several font, font characteristic that you can do. Okay. And if I use here Control+5, Control+5 is used for striking through. So if you want to strike through it, then you can use by Control+5. This Control+5 is used for striking the font. So in this way, you can change the characteristic of your font also. If you want to format borders, yeah, border means, you know, that this is the sheet and these are the cells, and they are having their border that you want to highlight. Now you have several options for the border. Can you see? For example, only the top line will be coming, or the left line will be coming, or all border line will be coming, or it will be highlighting only the outline of the table. So in this way, you have the several options. For example, say I'm just, yeah, so can you see, we have given the border to each boundary of the cell as well as the table. Now I want to highlight the boundary of the table, so I'll just select this and we'll go to the border. Here you have this option, thick box border. Yeah, now we have highlighted the border of the table. So if you want to format your border, then you have several options that you can go through with this option that we have here. And say you have selected this, you have the line color, yeah, or so suppose that I'm just using here red. Yeah. Now suppose I just want to get this one, set it this. Yeah. So in this way, you can even change the color for the border also by changing it. So we have seen how to format your fonts, how to format your border. Now suppose you want to format your numbers. Sometimes one can ask that why to format this number. So the purpose is that you sometimes you just want to explain any particular situation, any particular circumstances by highlighting those numbers. For example, suppose you have the list of the pass and fail students, and what you did, all the fail students you have highlighted with the you have just presented with a different color, just to make it visible that okay, these are the students who got failed. Or you want to give, you have given some other color just to show how many students are the topper or have secured the marks more than 75%. So in this way, usually you highlight your things in the numbers also, as well as when it comes to the numbers. So you have different kinds of number in the data. Yeah, so you have different kind of numbers also. So might be that you need to format them, because the number that you may have, it will be the general number, or it will be the might be it will be represented through a currency, or it is represented as a date, or it might be represented as a time. So you need to format in this way also, and by default the number format is general. Can you see? By default the number format is general, and you can select any of the format just to represent your data. Suppose you want to represent your data into date or the time or something else, then you just change the format from here and you will get. Okay, suppose that, say this is the column for the price. Okay, this is the column for the price, and the price is represented in terms of US dollar. Since I want to show it that it is the $330, not the 330 rupee, because when the currency will change, automatically the value will get changed. $1 is equals to 75 rupee. So if it was dollar, then obviously in terms of rupee it should be somewhere into 2500. So whenever you have the price and you are dealing with the international market, then it is expected that you will be mentioning that which price or which amount it is. It is amount represented in US dollar, or it is in pounds or euro or rupee or whatever. Okay, so here you have this price. Now what you want to do, you just want to represent it into a certain currency. So you just select it, go to here, go to this currency. Yeah. So it has been converted into rupee. So in this way, you can format it. Otherwise, you have the option here also. Okay, in this currency, you just go and specify how many decimal, up to how many decimal places you will be entertaining, and the symbol that you want to use. Suppose you don't want to represent it into rupee, you want to represent into US dollar. Can you see you have several options? Whatever options you just select here, and you will be getting the value represented in those options. Yeah. Armenian or see in Russian. So yes, we have several options, you know, for example. So in this way, you can use several options to represent your data, either by just selecting the values and do right click on go to the format cells, or you have the same option here. From here also you can format your numbers with different options. For example, you want to get it into the time. Can you see? Or same thing you can get from here. So here you can decide what should be the format for your time. It should be in the PM, AM, or so these are the several kind of options you have. Yeah. So you just have the time column, although it shouldn't be applied on the price column. But yes, suppose you have the time column and you want to apply it. You want to apply the time format, then you can do that. So yes, you have the number of formats that you can use to represent your number. And I've shown you both the option. Either you just go here or you just do right click and get the option. Now, another thing is that when you see here, you have option. Either you can increase the number of decimal. You can increase the number of decimal by click on this left arrow, or you can decrease the decimal places by clicking here. So it's up to you. How do you do that? All right. So not only this, you have certain grids also. Yeah. So what I'll do here now, I'll just go here. Okay. So the grids are basically the cell or the space between the border by the top and bottom, left and right. So this is the grid, this one is the grid, this one is the grid, and this sheet is the collection of the grid. And we can apply certain formatting on your grid also. For example, you can remove this grid. How? Just go here Okay, so suppose that you want to remove this grid. Go here. Okay, go to the view option. In this view option, can you see we will have the grid option? Let me check. You see we have this grid line option. Just unclick this. Can you see the grid option has been gone? So in this way you can just remove the grid from your sheet and you can represent your data in terms of a blank sheet. What is the next? So color, fonts, borders, format, grids. Is there any other thing? So we have done this one. Okay, so basically in this way we do certain kind of formatting here. So what I see, I think I have covered the formatting option. I'll have to check. So we have done this. We have done with the grid line, multiple cell, each and everything we have done. The font characteristic we have done. Okay, we will see then different format settings. We have this key shortcuts. Yeah, so even although this is the graphical user interface, this Excel is, you can go with the, just go on the button, click and use the option that you want to work with. Another option you have that just select certain shortcut key to do the things. Okay, for example, here you can see you have this Control+N, which is used to create a new notebook, or if you want to open a saved workbook, you have this Control O option. So if you want to save a workbook, you have the Control+S. So there are certain shortcut key that you can use to work with. So let's see.
network issue
If I go to the Control N, let me go to the home first. Yeah, if you click on Control N, can you see we have created a new sheet. Now if you want to open an existing sheet, use Control O. Can you see the open option has come here? So just go and open any sheet, say Emerging India. Yeah. So I have just opened an existing sheet, and suppose I did some changes here. Instead of 20.22, I'm just writing here 20.28. So I made certain changes, and if you want to save these changes, the first option is just go to this floppy option, and here you click, it will be saved. Otherwise, you just use shortcut key Control plus S. Thing is changed. The update is saved. You don't have to bother about it. It has been saved. Now, if you want to close the current workbook, if you want to close it, then either you just go and cut it here, close it, or just you have the option of Control plus W. Yeah, so you have closed the current workbook. Guys, some people are have used to habituated of using shortcut keys more. So for them it is convenient, and that's why they used to remember the different shortcut keys that they do have. So just for the sake of that, we are discussing certain shortcut keys here. And not only this, if you want to close the Excel, you have the Control plus F4. Yeah, so the entire Excel has been closed. Now, even we have controls Excel, we have control close workbook. Suppose you want to move to the next sheet, you have the Control plus page down. Yeah, so this is for Control plus page down. Control space down. And if you want to go to the date tab, then you have the option of Alt plus A. Alt A. Can you see here? You have the sorry, my bad, data tab. So if you want to go to the data tab, you have the Alt A option. Through this Alt A, you can go to the data option in the tab of the ribbon. And same if you want to go to the view, then for view you have I think Alt plus W is there. Okay, you have Alt plus W. Yeah, so you have the view option, and in this view option, if you want to go, either you just click on this view, or you just use the shortcut key, and the shortcut key for this is Alt plus W. Now, if you want to go to the formula, then for the formula we have please for this. Let me check. I think Alt plus M will be for the formula tab. Yeah. So these are the formulas that you can use here. So if you want to navigate to these formulas, you have the Alt plus M tab that you can go with. So these are the certain you can explore more if you want to get the shortcut keys. But the fact is that if you are into the data entry operations, then you these shortcut keys are important for you. Otherwise, until unless you have more into the data dealing, remembering this shortcut keys is not worthy. It is not going to make any sense. If already the graphical user interface is given, then why to, you know, remember these shortcut keys? Why to overburden your brain? Yeah. Although if you think that yes, these are the very important work that you always used to work, then yes, you can go with the shortcut keys because somewhere it saves your time. But if you have to work very rarely on the Excel, or you don't work much related to this Excel data entry, then I think that is remembering this shortcut is not going to make any sense. Okay, so these are the certain shortcut keys, and these were the shortcut keys that was related to your workbook. And not only this, you have certain keys that you can use for the cell formatting also. For example, if you want to edit a cell, you have F2 option. Where is the F2? Yeah. Okay, just wait. Yeah. Or if you want to paste cell or the copy cell, then you have Control C. So for example, you're just selected the cell, press the Control C and select the cell where you want to paste. Control V is there. If you want to, you know, make the font italic, for doing italic, again the same thing, either you just click from here or just use Control I. So Control I, it will be converted into italic, or if you want to make it bold, you have Control plus B. So in this way, you have just bold it. Now, suppose you have this price, and suppose that this is aligned in the left, and what you want to do, you want to align it to the center. Yeah, so either you just click on it, and you see it has been aligned to the center, or you can use certain shortcut key. I think that will be, let's see, Alt, oh sorry, that will be Alt plus H A C. Alt H A and C will be there. This is working. Alt I think I don't remember. Okay, no issue. But yes, we have the shortcut keys for the alignment also. And if I remember, it is Alt HAC. Might be the option has been changed, or let me select this. Alt HAC. Okay, no issue. But yes, we have the shortcut keys for the alignment also. And not only this, if you want to fill color, then we have Alt HH. What is the option? Let me write here. If we want to fill certain color here, so for filling the color, we have Alt plus H plus H. So you will get the color theme and you can use them. And if you want a border, so for border, you will have, let me check. Suppose you want to get here the border. So for this, you have Alt HB. Yeah. Alt Can you see? So when you have Alt HB, you will be getting this border. And not only this, suppose that you are into this cell and you want to move to the next tab. So whenever you want to move to the next tab, you have the option, there is a tab button. So yes, you can move to the next tab or the next cell using the tab button. But suppose you want to move to the previous cell, means you want to come back to the L, then use Shift tab. Through Shift tab you come back, and through tab you move forward. And not only this, suppose you want to select all the cells which are into the right, then for this we have the Control Shift arrow. Can you see? You can select all the cells from the right. And anything else that I have to mention here? So I have just given the font and okay, yeah. You know, in your Excel sheet or in your Word document, you have find and replace. So for the find and replace, you have also shortcut keys, and the shortcut key for this, that is Control plus H. Yeah. So find what, replace with. Say that I want to find 4, want to replace with 8. Replace all. Okay, so wherever it found 4, it has replaced it through 8. Is there anything else? Okay, suppose that you want to insert the current date. Then for that you have the Control plus. Say Control. I think that is Control plus semicolon. Yeah. So you can insert the current date. If you want to insert the current time, then you have the Control plus Shift plus semicolon. So control shift semicolon. Yeah, so you can get the current date and the current time. For example, you want to insert a hyperlink. For inserting a hyperlink, you have the control plus K. Okay, so suppose I'm just getting this control plus K. You can use this date as the hyperlink, and you can say R. Okay. So you can see that it has become now hyperlink, and whenever you will be click on it, it will be opening the file from R. Now, if you want to apply the currency format, okay, so can you share the yeah, suppose you want to represent it in the currency. So how can you do that? You have this control plus shift plus dollar. Okay, if you want to make it in percentage, control shift percentage. But the fact is that whatever the formatting we are using here, each and everything is given in the user interface. So as a personal, if I have to concern, then I don't try to remember them, although I have worked so many times, so somewhere I have remembered them, but it is not required. And but yes, knowing any new thing or knowing the things, keeping them into your mind is always appreciated. So if you can do that, yes, go ahead and do that. So lot of formatting you can use, like if you want to select the entire row, then there is a shift plus space. If you select the entire column, then you have I think that will be shift plus space you have used for row, then that will be control plus space. Yeah, you can select the all the columns which has been selected through control plus space. And in this way there are a lot of shortcut keys that you can use. So it's up to you. If you want to explore more, then you just try to work, try to search, and you will get the option. And sometime when you work on the data and you try to analyze them, then suddenly something came into mind. Okay, if I want, if I visualize them into this manner, or if I visualize them into this manner, so in that case you can go through with the ribbon options, or you just try to get the shortcut keys for them. Okay, so for today, if you have any question, then please ask, otherwise I'll stop here. So guys, if you have any question, then please feel free to ask me.
Yeah. Hi, sir. I have two questions actually. So the first one is if I want to display equals to 1 plus 1, actually how the string should display. So then
All right,
what I have to
everyone.
do?
So let's stop the recording